DJI 2019 releases, event postponed. My thoughts with Canadian Drone Hub. Got that coming right up. Yesterday, I had the privilege of being on Canadian Drone Hub for a few minutes, and I shared some information regarding the event being postponed and also the 2019 releases that DJI has slated. So without any further ado, we're going to play that clip from Canadian Drone Hub right now.
Bill, I just sent you a link if you want to come in today. It's all up to you. Let's see if there's any more news. Any news updates or anything?
Oh, Bill, we need some news, Bill. Give us some news on DJI, please.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, guys. How's everybody doing this morning?
What's up, Mr. Bill?
What is up with everybody?
Nothing much. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. So I do have some news. So I thought we'll go ahead and just kind of like dive right into that. I did find out, I talked to some more people. Don't know when the event is, but DJI is going to be releasing 3 drones this year.
Wow.
They're going to be releasing a upgraded Spark. No details on that.
Gotcha.
They're also going to be releasing a cross between the Phantom 4 Pro and the Mavic 2 Pro, something that fits kind of in between those two.
Okay.
No name on that, no time frame on that. But the other thing is they have confirmed, and people are beta testing an Inspire 3.
I figured that. And I'll bet you it's the same exact as the Inspire 2, only it has OcuSync, correct?
Probably what I heard from my sources is it's a little bit more compact than an Inspire 2. It's just a little bit more of a frame, because the whole idea, DJI is kind of gearing up towards, wanting portability, even not only in the prosumer, but more a little bit towards the professional kind of line. So that's what my source is telling me about that.
That would be awesome, Bill. Awesome.
Coach Jones says, just in September, we really. Wait a minute, his chat went too high. Sorry about that. We found out they stopped production of the Spark in December.
Yes, that is correct. I've heard that too, because your color choices are very limited, and mostly white right now is what you're getting as far as color choices when you go out there. I know I don't know if it was Banggood or somebody else. Marcus Crawford, Idaho quadcopter. He just bought his first Spark, and he got it at some ridiculous price, like about $250. And then he went out to DJI to get his controller. But I mean, it was just an insane deal. But if you go out to like the big box stores right now, like here in the States, up in Canada, like, Best Buy, the color choices are almost always white right now. That's about all you're going to get. Now, something else that's interesting too is Costco here in the States, and I don't know about up in Canada, but they have lowered the price on the Mavic Air by $50, which is real interesting, because, I don't know if this, what we're going to get, this upgraded Spark / Mavic Air, somewhere in between. I don't know if it's going to kind of replace both or what. But what I hear about the Mavic Air is new ESCs and new quieter props, because that's been the #1 complaint about the Mavic Air, is how loud it is. I mean, it sounds like a flipping hornet's nest. I mean,
correct.
There you go.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Now, but Bill, they just came out with quieter props you could buy.
Yeah, those are who did that? Master Screw came out with quieter props.
Lloyd.
Lloyd's having fun with the sound effects.
Damn freaking soundboards, for the love of God.
Okay, I'll mute them.
Yeah, there you go, Andrew.
All right, guys.
With him.
Andrew,
yeah, I know
bite
Bill Thomas from Coast to Coast Drones. He just did a video with the master screws, and said, really, it makes a big difference on the quieter props.
Correct.
But You have to be careful because you can over rev the engines when you have those master screws on, and you got to watch your RPMs on there because you could damage your ESCs and your motors on it. So you have to be real careful with that.
Wow. So any time limit on any of this stuff? Because I know the 23rd was canceled, correct?
Correct. The 23rd was canceled, and that was confirmed by a source. Actually, what was real cool, my source was overseas. He was over in China. I can't say where, but where he was, they don't have any non-disclosure agreements, so they're free to talk and they're able to say things. But it was confirmed that the 23rd was 100% canceled. They're kind of thinking towards the end of May sometime, which would actually be like a if you look at it, it was 2 years ago that the Spark came out in May. It was May 25th, 2017, I think. So that's what we're looking at as far as the time frame is. That's what I think is going to happen, because I know for a fact, because I talked to some of the guys when I went to the event in New York City, and they tell me they have to have at least a month or more lead time before they go ahead and they send out the invites, because they have to book a place. And not only book a place, they have to bring in all this multimedia and everything, and it takes a while to get all that set up. So yeah, I mean, the venue that they had it at was huge. It was over in Brooklyn. It was where the naval shipyards are. It was like an old warehouse. It's been converted over there. It's a venue. So yeah, DJI needs time to get set, to get this up. And also too, you have to realize that it's just not people from the States that are coming in, or in Canada. I mean, they're getting people from around the world.
But we're going to wait all that time for a Spark.
Yeah. I mean, and all this build up, and then it's going to be, a Spark 2 kind of a thing. Yeah. But you have to, and the big thing with this is, and people need to realize, it's going to sell well. Okay. Even though, the bottom line, DJI drone is, and their profit point on it is not as great as on a Phantom 4 or on an Inspire 2. Yeah. But the thing is, it is so popular. I mean, all the groups that I have, and I have several groups on Facebook, but by far and away the most popular is the Spark group that I have. I have over 2,500 people on it. And I get 3 or 4 people a day join that. I mean,
because of the affordability of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely. That's exactly what it is. It's an affordable drone. It's something, when you're looking in $300-400 price range, there's not a lot out there. I mean, you have Hubson is trying with the Xeno, and I know they're making some good headways. And my friend Marcus Crawford and Ron Braun, they're having some good times with the Xeno. And I got to give Hubson some credit.
I like it.
They're doing good with that. And they're tweaking it, and they're getting to the point that it's going to be, I think, a viable competitor for the Spark.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
I was listening. It was Wednesday night, I think, and somebody mentioned the DJI Wind, and you guys were like not sure what it was. Did you find out what it was? Because I know what it is.
Yeah. I had heard. Lloyd. I had gotten some more information on that this week.
Yeah, because it's like they're like at the Wind 8 now, and those things run. Yeah. The Wind 4, I think, is like $14,900 base price.
Yeah.
Before you add cameras or anything. I mean, that was it. And the Wind 8, you have to call for a price.
Yeah, and these things are like they're hexacopters. One engine fails.
They have a quadcopter, which is the 4, and the 8, which is the 8 is unique because it's got 4 arms that fold in, but it on the end of each arm is a Y that opens up. They collapse or they open, and they have 2 motors. So it's a total of 8 motors, but with 4 arms and in a Y shape.
And this is a DJI drone?
Yes, it's called DJI Wind. Oh. And it's a commercial drone. It carries a payload of, was it 30 kilograms?
Is it bigger than the
50 pounds? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's huge. This thing
The Matrice.
Well,
I mean, it's bigger than
you guys
the-
have seen on the Inspire 2 how big the camera looks, right?
Wow. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Take that camera and make it look almost the size of the camera on a Spark. And that's the comparison.
Oh, wow.
It's huge.
big.
Yeah, Lloyd's right. I saw a picture of it this week. This thing is a monster. I mean, I don't even think it. It would be tough to maybe even get this in the back of the bed of a pickup truck. That's how big.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah. This thing is carries like 30 something, around 50 pounds. It'll carry around 50 pounds.
Lloyd? What's the flight time?
I didn't, that's what I didn't see was the flight time. I got curious when I was watching the Bucket List Boys the other night, and so I was talking to Mel about it. He says, I've never heard of it either. And then I started looking. I said, no, wait a minute, I do know what this is. It's been around because they're on version 8 now. Well, 8 is technically the 8 prop version, and the 4 is the 4 prop version. But yeah, they are on rendition 4. But their base price you can buy you can buy a 1 or maybe a 2 for used for, I don't know, $6,000-$7,000.
Well, I know the Matrice 200 just came out, and it now has the OcuSync 2.0 on it, which is just amazing. I mean, that's my dream drone.
Well, this thing's bigger than the Matrice.
Yeah, wow.
Those drones just posted a link.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Oh my.
Anyways, that's why I wanted to ask Bill if you'd figured that, because you guys got me curious the other night. And I thought, what the heck?
Love of God, it's huge.
So I had to go look at it and look it up, and it's like, okay, there we go. That was the answer. So
yeah,
I'd seen it before, but it's one of those that's way out there in the industrial side, and
okay, Pusa, Andrew.
Fuchsia, right? Okay. Well, just so you know, they put it in the metrics, but
it's okay. Just to hear you say it. That's all I want to.
Yeah. All right.
So that's
me,
it,
Andrew.
Spark. We're going to wait all this craziness, and we're going to get us a Spark. I was really hoping that we get something really cool, something,
Yeah, and see, what's real interesting here is, we had all that talk about the Phantom 5.
Yeah.
And how, when Romeo Dersher was on Drone Owners Network, and he came out and he said, we're not going to have, is this the end? Because I asked the question to Curtis. I posted in the chat. I said, is this the end of the Phantom line? And, Romeo talked. But then what was real interesting was I was asked to pull my video because I said DJI confirmed end of Phantom line. So I don't think this is the end of the Phantom line. However, what I think is they're going to do,
it's going to go commercial. It's going to be on the enterprise side.
Ward's right. It's going to be a commercial type of a thing. They may call it a Phantom 5, but it's going to be strictly commercial. It's not going to be consumer or even prosumer.
I think it's going to be a Phantom 4 enterprise or just a Phantom Enterprise. They may drop the numbering altogether because they're going to start out doing because they just released that new software, which is obviously on the commercial side of things.
Mm-hmm.
But weren't they having problems with their distributor and parts? And isn't that the whole reason why they said they were ending it or something?
I think the reason is because I'm sorry, Bill.
No, go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
I'm just going to put my little opinion out there. And you guys know I'm a vlogger, not a droner. So, I'm going to say that. What happened is I think what they did is if anybody was paying close attention, and that was the important, and I've said this several times on here and on my own channel and on Mel's channel, if you're paying close attention to, was it NAS there at the, or NES at the, whatever it was there in 2019, early part of the year, they said that they were focusing on the enterprise side. The DJI did and I can't remember who was doing the review or interviewing him. It was either Bo Lorenz or the guy from Roswell Flight Center.
Yeah, I
was
that.
Interviewing, and he said, the guy said from DJI says, well, this year we're focusing on our enterprise side of things. That's why I think what they're going to do is come out with a Phantom Enterprise that uses this new software that, Bill, I think you talked about it on your show. And I think that's what they're going to do. And that's what I've been saying for a while. And again, you guys know I don't do drones. I'm just a vlogger that has an opinion, but I honestly think that's my opinion. I think that's where they're going to go. So, all right, Bill, you're the expert. Go on.
Okay. Thanks, Lloyd. A couple of things with that is, I believe, you know, when they were, DJI had some internal fraud issues. Okay. And I think the big part of it was their parts suppliers. So one of the things, they had to gear towards getting new parts suppliers. And in turn, you know, that's where the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0 comes into the mix, which I just got. And the big part was making this OcuSync 2.0 board, because it's a special board and you have to have a larger airframe to fit it in. Now, I found that out from Rick Smith from Drone Valley.
Correct.
So because of that, you know, that's why they halted sales on the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. Okay. And what's real interesting with that is, I found out now the only places you can get them now are on eBay, or, and this is a real kicker, you can go to Walmart's. Now, Walmart, on their inventory system, okay, it may not show it in there, but you actually have to physically go there and ask them to check, and they may have a Phantom 4 Pro V2.0.
Let me ask you something, Bill, about that, because I had one. I have a Phantom 1 series. Now, I have 900 freaking flights. I'm a level 43. I fly a lot.
Right.
And I went and I had to compare them. I live in a city, so I'm in a real high traffic area. So I said, you know what? Is it worth getting? I already have the 4. Let me try the other one. So I ran to Best Buy and I picked up the version 2 to compare them, and I figured I'd sell my version 1. Well, the thing would not fly straight. I was getting yaw twitches. I would push up and it was going to the left. So I'm like, okay, I got a bad one. Let me get another one. I go back, I get another drone. Same exact thing. Call a friend of mine, same exact thing's going on to his drone. So I'm like, all right, can I live with this? Can I live with it? And then after a while, I think, you know what, 22 days, and I had to make my mind. Am I going to keep this? Am I going to get it back? I love the OcuSync, but the way it was flying wasn't, it needed an update. And so I decided to bring it back. And then I figured, hey, you know, in a month or two, I'll pick it up again, maybe. And sure enough, I brought it back, and then I hear that they're taking them off of the market, and now I can't freaking find one. And by the way, they did fix the problem, because nobody's having that problem now.
Nobody's having a problem. Yeah, I saw that out on the forum. You know, as far as the whole Phantom series is concerned, you know, they come out with this DJI Terra, which is a $2,000 a year. You know, leasable software kind of a thing. That's really, I mean, it's geared towards mapping, and you know, that's what it's for. It's professional use only. Yeah. Okay. Now the RTK will handle that, and they're still making the RTK. Okay. They haven't stopped. I mean, but you have to buy that through a distributor. That's not available online. You can't go to Best Buy or Costco or anything and buy it. You have to go to those stores to buy it. Now, the interesting thing about this is with the Phantom 4, okay, and them just, you know, now they say, you know, no more Phantom 4 Pros, and you go anywhere, you know, Costco, Best Buy, Amazon, you name it. You mean the only real place to find them right now is on eBay, and you're looking at paying a premium on eBay. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, some of the prices that are out there right now, but you know, you knew when they came out with the software that, you know what, they're not going to kill the Phantom line. It's not going to die. It's like Lloyd said, it's going to be Phantom Enterprise. You know, they may like drop the numbering system altogether and just keep it over on that side of the house. And they're going to come up with a new name, because, you know, I majored in information systems and in business. And one of the things with business is you build up a name, you build up a brand, you build up, you know, they've spent, you know, untold hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on building a brand name around that. And I mean, you hear the name Phantom, and that conjures an instant image in your mind. So, you know, and they're not going to get rid of that. However, I think what they want to do is, you know, the sales of the Mavic 2 have gone through the roof. They have just absolutely just off the charts. I mean, they can't keep enough of them in stock. In fact, the Smart Controller, it's out of stock right now on DJI's website. You can't even buy it from DJI. But, you know, with that being said, you know, they want to find something that's between the Phantom 4 and between the Mavic 2, have that portability of the Mavic 2, but yet have that incredible camera that's on a Phantom 4. The camera that's on a Phantom 4 Pro V2.0, it's unparalleled. I mean, the images I'm getting back from that are just off the charts. It's just insane. You know, I get great images from the Mavic 2 Pro, mind you, but this, I mean, it's just crazy. And
they're brighter and more crisp. I do agree. They're a little.
It really is. You know, that mechanical shutter is worth its weight in gold. You can't. There's no other drone out there right now that has that mechanical shutter, which is makes it unique. And it's like, okay, DJI, you know, I'm waiting, and we're waiting. So there's going to be something that we're going to see between the Mavic 2 and the Phantom series. And, you know, it's going to be an upgrade from the Mavic 2 and probably more leaning towards the Phantom, but totally new name, totally new kind of concept.
That'd
foldable or maybe retractable gears, maybe, you know, that long-awaited 360 kind of you can get from that.
But how long are we going to have to wait? That's
the thing. Because I know, and if I were to guess, and this is just totally on my end of things, just guessing, I think they're going to come out, you know, the Spark is probably what we're going to see first. Then I think we'll see an Inspire, and then I think we won't see this new hybrid type of drone probably closer to the end of the year, because I think they want to gear it up towards Christmas, towards that end of the year. Because DJI was actually smart when they released the Mavic 2. I mean, you know, it was delayed from July to August last year, and then, you know, during the holiday season, you know, that buildup was just insane.
People went crazy.
They were flying off the charts.
They took a page right out of Nintendo. They did the exact same thing. Hold it back, build the hype, and release it during the holidays. Have a back order, which adds more hype. I mean, when you were saying about their branding, I worked in branding for some big products. I bet you the numbers are staggering, because if you think of drones, what is the first name? Even if you don't buy a drone, even if you don't own a drone, DJI comes into everybody's head. Everybody still pictures a Phantom 4, even though it's being phased out. That white drone, nobody's done that since Frigidaire.
You know, the marketing that DJI has is incredible. I mean, you know, you say a lot of stuff about DJI, and this is what I tell. You know, I get a lot of emails every day from a lot of my subscribers and viewers, and you know, and a lot of them related to DJI in general, and not just about a drone, but about, you know, the process and everything. And one thing I tell you, you have to understand, okay, how the Chinese operate and how they work, and they're getting themselves more geared towards customer service, because, you know, at first, you know, it was just they would sell, okay, and you didn't really, they didn't pay attention to customer service, but they're finding out when they pay attention to customer service that their sales are actually going up. So, you know, it makes a big difference now, and they understand that. And what I tell people is this: work with their system, okay? For example, you know, if you have a support issue, and this is what I tell people, I said, you need to get a Twitter account. People said, well, why? I can contact them through their email, through this. I said, no. I said, I'll tell you what. The best way to get action with DJI is to tweet them at DJI support. When you do that, okay, they respond, and it's out on a public forum, and that's what people need to realize. You know, when you have it out in there in public, they want to take, if you said, you know, I'm having this problem, issue, everything, okay, you know, it gets attention, number one. And I tell you, number two, and I said, even before you tweet, have all your information available. If it was an issue with a flight, have your flight logs available, have your date, have your time, you know, have a file ready to send to them, have the information ahead of time. If you have DJI Care Refresh, have that number available, you know, have the serial number of your aircraft. You know, get the information ahead of time, and that will make your experience with support so much better. And that's what I tell people, because if you don't, you know, that's when you get, well, DJI is not doing this and DJI is not doing that. And then I asked, did you give them the information? It's why I didn't have it. I said, well, wait, get all the information, then contact them.
Last summer, our channel got taken down before we were monetized. We got flagged, and it was wrong. And we had a guy, Gear the Legend, who took to Twitter, went to YouTube's Twitter. In one night, he got our channel back because everybody hit up. And once you make things public, that's with anything you do.
I was just going to say, you
that
put
night, and 12 hours later, our channel was back and running, where otherwise people have lost it. And anything you do, that's right. Make it public. Don't be shy. You don't
know they're being watched.
Down, but go and say, I'm having this problem. This is what's wrong. No matter what you have, make it public. People will have the same problem as you a lot of times, or just been through it. Get on the bandwagon with it. That's a
it's good. It's good business.
It has worked like a charm every single time I've gone out there. Boom, because people were like with me. Well, how do you have this favor with DJI? I said, I don't have favor with DJI. I said, I know how to contact them. Because I had Romeo Dersher on my show, DJI's Director of Public Safety Integration. How'd you get him on the show, Bill? I went on Twitter and asked him. I mean, it was that easy. And that's what I tell people. I said, you go out there and you interact with a lot of these people. Adam Lisberg, who's Director of Communication with DJI, I actually talked to him at the event. I know Rick Smith interviewed him. I talked to the presenter, Michael Oldenburg, at the Mavic 2 event in New York City. These guys are fantastic, okay? And they will be more than happy to talk to you. And especially, if you engage them in a right way on Twitter. Don't cuss them out, but if you have an issue, say, hey, with DJI support, I've got an issue. Do you think you guys may be able to handle with me? I said, always put some honey on this. Don't come off, flying off the handle, with 4-letter words and everything. Come on, put some butter on it, put some honey on it, because when you do that, you're gonna get a good response from them.
So true.
Well, that explains a lot for me.
But it's true, though. But people do. They go in like flying off the handle, call them every name in the book. Well, of course, you fall to the bottom of the list. Even the people that would usually support you don't even want to be associated with you. Make your stand, but do it classy.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah, look.
There was something I wanted to ask you because I was reading the chat and goofing off here. But you said something about the release date being near the holidays. For which drone are we talking about?
It would be that hybrid drone that they're talking about.
So the consumer drone.
Yeah, the consumer drone.
Okay, because I was going to say they wouldn't be releasing the Phantom Rainbow or whatever the heck they're going to call it. They would that would be released more towards, if it's because it's going to be enterprise, so they would release that one more towards a if it's going to be used for farming purposes, well, they would release it near harvest time or planting time. If it's going to be industrial, if it's going to be used for industrial, they're going to release it like when some of the industrial things have their big shows, and they're all out buying new equipment for buildings or power lines or whatever. They're going to release it in some trade show like that.
Mm-hmm.
For the new Phantom, whatever, Phantom.
Yeah, see, they always do, and you know what, Lloyd, that's a good point. They always do what's called, what I'll call it, a soft release. They don't put out a lot of press about it, because it's not like the regular the consumers they call events. Okay, the ones like Lloyd's talking about, they call them releases, but I mean, it's what I call a soft release, because while you'll have maybe press there, you're not going to have a live stream on it. You're not going to have you're not going to see YouTube reviewers there especially with on the commercial side of things, because that's not where DJI gets its traction for. Right,
they're not geared towards that. They're going to they're not going after us. They're going after the guys that are going to spend $50,000 buying 4 or 5 of these, or whatever, and those guys, they're not those guys, whether they're in the farming industry or the building industry or the power industry, they're not sitting around watching YouTube for the latest reviews on the new DJI drone.
Absolutely.
They're out there having to bust their butt trying to come up with new ideas to make their job easier, and that's what DJI is all about on the enterprise. Do what?
They go to them at that point. I mean, they get insider talks and stuff like that. I mean, brought up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of us, yeah, we're not.
I hate to interrupt. I got to take off, so I just wanted to say thank you for having me today, and it was great being with you all. And congratulations once again. Thanks, guys, for helping Ray Kit hit 15,000 once again. I want to say a big thank you to all of you. So I really appreciate it. That was cool.
And Andrew,
yes,
I don't want you to feel bad. So
all right,
there's a little kiss for you, and now bite me, Andrew.
Well, Lloyd, it's nice to hear you talking in your native tongue, I must say. I want to acknowledge that first of all off the bat, you know. And I love all the soft coloredness you bring to YouTube. So
yeah.
And
I try.
As Bill was saying about getting out and talking to people, we did, and we're going to have our biggest guest Monday night, guys. He's got 3.2 million subscribers.
It's not me, guys.
That's right. You were the next one in line. If we couldn't get Lloyd, and it is getting out there now. Things I like when you said that, Bill. You're right.
This is Tuesday night, Andrew.
Monday night. Tuesday night is the big one. That's you.
Oh, that's me.
Have you guessed on the second hour, because I don't want to compete against you on the first hour. So make sure he comes in late, just so I don't have to bust my butt.
Tuesday night we're doing Michael's channel live, so we're giving.
Well, and here's the thing. I'm going to be working with a new co-host or going solo. I ain't sure which on Monday night, because Mel is officially working now, and he won't be there because they're putting in 10-hour days, and he don't get off until like 6 o'clock Pacific time, which I will be in bed at that point.
Well, you and Paul Murray's sock puppet would be a good mix.
Oh my God.
That's what you do.
Yeah, if anybody would like to fill in as a co-host over this period of time, because it's going to be an extended period of time, just contact me at Lloyd, LLOYD, at grumpyvlogger.info, and send me your email address, and I'll put you on the list of possible
I would love to do that, Lloyd.
Yeah, Michael, you and I would be a.
Oh, we would be a blast.
Yeah, it would be.
Hey, Lloyd, I'm going to send your email also to a couple of good guys I know. So,
okay.
Enjoy, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you very much. Nice seeing you all.
Andrew, bite me. Have a good day.
Bye, Bill, and bye, Michael, and yeah, Lloyd.
So long, my friend.
And yeah, Lloyd.
Well, everybody know I'm going to be on Val's show on April 28th. Just to let you guys know that.
She's interviewing you, Bill. Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under the interview knife.
Well, let me tell you something. You better be careful with videos you make, because she goes way back. She's gonna be pulling out your first video where you embarrassed yourself.
Oh, I know. I've
great.
Everybody told me that, so I'm kind of doing prep 101 for that.
Yeah, prep 101. That's great.
Now what you do is you make all those early videos unlisted, or private. Make them private.
Change them to private.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill,
delete your channel,
I need
man.
you. Bill, subscribe to me, please. I don't know if you're subscribed to me, but I need a guy like you on my channel. You're like my famous star. You're like my only star on my channel. Yeah.
I also want to let you guys know too. We're gonna have. I think we're gonna attempt a YouTube first on Wednesday night on Coast to Coast Drones with Bill Thomas and Ron Brown and I. We're going to be doing a simulcast with Drone Owners Network. So be tuned in for that at 8:30 on Wednesday night. That's going to be very interesting. Also, I got a series going on right now. I'm in the second part of it, of a comparison between the DJI Mavic 2 Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. Just did a wind test on that and had some interesting results, and got some great. I'm getting some great comments on that.
Yeah.
Also, too, want to let you guys know, for those of you here in the States, the FAA is asking us to have some input by Monday, April 15th, and it's on two specific rules. One is about night flying, and the other one is about flying over crowds. I've got a video out on it, and it has the links in there. So if you go out there and definitely comment, because the FAA is asking us to comment. I mean, it's just, it's a chance to have some input, because I get a lot of comments saying, "Hey, Bill, I wish this. Hey, Bill, I wish that." So, my say is, what, voice your opinion right here. The FAA is saying go for it. So
yeah, 51 Drones made a really good video of that as well.
he did.
Yeah.
I saw that as well too. Yeah, Russ put out a great video about that.
Sure.
So it's about getting. And I know Rick Smith from Drone Valley put one on. The thing on this one is get the word out about it and get out there, because this is our hobby / profession kind of a thing. It's something we all enjoy. For those of us here in the States, and we need to have some good, clear direction from the FAA on things. So this is our way of getting it. I gotta part ways here today with everybody. I'm getting together actually with Ron Brown from the other third of Coast to Coast Drones. We're going to be my wife and I are going to be meeting he and his wife today. They're here in the Tampa, Florida area. And after dinner, we're going to go out and try to catch a sunset out on the beach with our Mavic. He has a Mavic Pro. I have a Mavic 2 Pro. So awesome. Look forward to some footage on that. But I want to thank you guys. Roger, thanks for having me on. Everybody, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day today, okay?
Yes,
hey, Bill, before you leave.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, I've been following you for a long time, and I'm always in your chat. Well, you know that when I catch the show. But, I want to tell you, it's glad to finally meet you face to face and talk with you person to person.
You too, Lloyd. I'm hoping to get to Spin Up this year, Kelly's event, and
that's what we're hoping too, is to get there.
Wonderful to meet you and everything. I've met Mel before, and I've met Kelly. And,
right.
I would absolutely love meeting you too, Lloyd.
Same here. Same here.
All right, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your Saturday.
Bye, man.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
Later, Bill.
If you guys have never had a chance, you need to check out Canadian Drone Hub. Roger, Val, Paul, everybody that's on there, they do an absolutely fantastic job. They're on every day, usually in the morning, sometimes in the evening. You definitely need to check them out. I'll drop a link in the description so you can go ahead and do that. Question of the day. What did you think about the DJI event being postponed and the 2019 releases that I talked about? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like the content from today's video, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and tell others about the channel. Also, be sure to check out my Facebook page where I do post daily updates regarding the drone and drone industry and anything DJI, Autel, or Parrot related. Also, be sure to check out my Twitter account where I do post daily updates and Instagram as well. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.